I just want to make clear, Wendy, that I'm happy to answer questions that are, in my mind, clear enough to answer, but it should be made clear that these answers to these questions are for information basis only, and if people are intending to take any legal action, that they should consult a lawyer. So that's clear, because things change with the facts. And so if there's any facts in the questions that I'm not made aware of, proper legal advice can't be given. So these are basic informational questions and basic informational answers based on the question.
Thank you for joining us today, Rocco.
Thanks for having me again, Wendy.
This question is anonymous. As I understand from watching some of the videos Rocco has done in the past, isn't there already case law that exists for mandatory vaccination? If I'm correct, then how is the government getting away with all of this?
Well, the Supreme Court of Canada and the appellate courts, including the Ontario Court of Appeal, have clearly pronounced years ago that you cannot have any medical treatment or procedure without informed voluntary consent. And in my view, that includes vaccines or even testing for that matter with the PCR test. All right. Is there a case right on point with the COVID vaccines? No. But the case law is clear that you cannot administer any medical treatment or procedure on a person without them being informed, fully informed of the risks. Secondly, then voluntarily and consensually taking that treatment or procedure. So when they say take the jab or lose your job, there's nothing voluntary about that. That's coercion. And the case law on voluntariness clearly states that no decision is voluntary if it's under coercion or duress.
Right.
Okay. And so that's the state of the law as it is. And so I'll be interested to see what the government lawyers have to say about the, get jabbed or lose your job. It's criminal.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I do agree with that. And I think we've talked before about the government is doing it now in the context of the pandemic and saying that that's legal based on the emergency nature of things.
No, I mean, who emergency, we have emergencies. We've had wars. Listen, the person to assess and decide on the risk on their bodily and psychological integrity is not the state. It's not the hospital CEO. It's not your employer. It's the person who's being coerced in taking the medical treatment they don't want.
Right.
I get to assess the risks of undergoing medical treatment, not you, not anybody else. And so the fact that it's an emergency matters not.
Agreed. Yeah. And even when you're sitting in front of the doctor, even if you're doing it voluntary, the actual informed consent that people are getting is not actually legal, because the informed consent is the negatives and the positives of whatever medical treatment you're about to.
They pretend there are no negative downsides to taking the COVID-19 jab. Well, we know that's not true.
Absolutely.
In fact, the reason we know it's not true is the government set up a COVID vaccine injury fund. Well, what do you need a fund if there are no injuries? They know there's injuries, and death. Yeah. And so the person who's being asked to take the jab is the person to decide the risk, not anybody else. And there's no two ways about it.
Okay, thank you for that.
We are Canadians. We are free, it's meant to be. From sea to shine.